what I have here is what I believe is to be the world's smallest pistol, or should I say Derringer. And that was actually a name that I had to search up because I wasn't sure on the pronunciation on it, whether if the G was a hard or a soft G. And this is a sterling silver, all sterling silver except for 2 springs inside. If you're interested in acquiring this product, you can find it on Polah.com. I'll put a link down in the description. And as a disclaimer, this is not a paid review by them. This is solely on my own. They also do offer a golden variant in 10K. And they also list the measurements of this pistol as in imperial, which is odd considering that the caliber is in metric. But the measurements is 1.02 inches long, or 25.9 millimeters if you're a metric guy like me. And the height is 0.61 inches tall, or 15.5 millimeters tall. And in this package, which costs about 400 USD, comes with a little spent cartridge case, as well as what should have been 10 cartridges, but apparently they sent me 12, which is awesome because when I inquired about if I wanted to purchase some more ammunition, they quoted $10 a round. So I have not shot this yet, saving it all for this review video. So we'll be experiencing it for the first time later in this video. So let's take a closer look at the ammunition. This is actually the reason why I purchased this product, because I'm interested in using this ammunition for a future project of mine. And I actually kind of need a little help from my audience here, because I'm not really much of a gun guy. I'm actually more of an archery kind of guy. But I am interested in remaking this, and I'm not quite sure what they used as a primer. So if any of you know, that'd be greatly helpful for me. Just for reference, this is a 1mm caliber. So here's my setup that I have for testing this gun. I was considering using gelatin, or what when you search up on Google for ballistics gel, they always refer to, or every search result comes up for Knox gelatin. And I've tried doing that, and I was very skeptical if that was even any legitimate measurement of penetration. And it also came with its own difficulties. Writing up about using cinnamon oil to make it clear. But just handling the product was just difficult on its own. Plus, I wasn't convinced it was any even close to as a proper representation of human flesh, because you could just tear it up with it, like you could poke your finger in it and it just like separates without effort, which I just don't see flesh doing that, even if you did peel away the skin. So I wasn't convinced, and so I scrapped that idea. So I'm just gonna do some basic accuracy and precision, I guess. And I'm gonna try and get some speed measurements with a chronometer, and this is just some cheap chronometer you can get off of Amazon. But and I'm also skeptical it's not even gonna really work, because from what I read, they have a hard time reading regular ammunition consistently. So considering the size of this ammunition, I just don't think it's gonna pick it up at all. But I'll be trying at different heights to see if I could at least pick up a single shot. If I can, that'd be great. Otherwise, I'm expecting none of the shots to be picked up. So I'm using a third hand here to, hold the pistol, because it is very awkward to do it by the hand. So I'll be assisted with this device. Okay, so I got the first round loaded, and let's see how this goes. Okay, I loaded up another round. Let's see if the second round actually fires. I have actually owned this product for over a year and a half now, so it is possible that the primer is just decayed and is not reactive anymore. All right, next cartridge is loaded. Let's see how this goes. 3 duds. That's not good. All right, let's try again. Another one. All right, there we go, our first one, and it only took the 5th shot to do it. I was aiming at this one, but I don't see any puncture hole or anything. Let's check the gun itself. So it did indeed fire, but I did not find anything in the barrel, and I did not hear anything bounce away, so I'm not sure where the projectile went. Let's go for some more. All right, 6 ammunition loaded. Let's see how this goes. Huh, nothing. All right, 8th shot. Dang it. 9th shot. Come on. 10th shot. No, that's loud. Okay. Still, I don't see anything. I have no idea where these projectiles are going. Alright, I took out the chronometer because I suspect maybe the projectile is going through, but it's just straight up bouncing off the cardboard. So let's take a closer shot and see if it works. I also decided to put some earplugs in because these shots are actually quite loud. So let's see how this one goes. Oh, saw some smoke, so something happened there. All right, let's take a closer look at that 11th shot. And it looks like the primer did go off, but it just didn't go all the way through the cartridge. But at least now we get a better view of what's going on in there. And since we were looking at that last cartridge there, I noticed it looked like there was some kind of step on the inside. So let's take a closer look, see if there's a step on the inside of this too. Yeah, there looks like to be something. Some kind of step there. And it may just not have gone through. Okay, let's go for the last shot. All right, final shot. Let's see how this goes. Nope. So 2 out of 12, or 1 in 6 shots worked. That's disappointing. And I know I've owned this for over a year and a half now, but I still. Huh. All right, so that was quite a disappointing performance. Even though I did have the cartridges for a little over a year now, they've been sitting inside their bag this entire time. Right now it's October in Canada, and so the humidity level shouldn't be high. In terms of moisture from my own hand, I've been loading the cartridges via tweezers. So I don't quite think humidity could be the issue here. Maybe just unreliable design. But again, interested in your suggestions on what they could have used in the ammunition or what could be used, because it is a small diameter, and I'm not familiar with grain size of primers and powders. So, yeah, leave some comments down below on what could be used or what may have been used. And